Good morning, student. Today we are going to continue the next part of our syllabus, that is our second poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. Students, Stephen Spender was an English poet and an essayist. He took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. In elementary school classroom in a slum, he has concentrated on themes of social injustice, especially for the children who are living a life from deprived all the resources and injustice and class inequalities through the example of slum children. The attacks those who are exploiting the weaker section of society. This poem is a great example of the part of our society that is completely deprived from the basic requirement. Students, let's continue. The very first line, far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces. Gusty waves, it means the energetic wave. As you can see that most of the children of your age look very energetic, and they create so much type of mischievous. They are very naughty. But the students who are sitting in the classroom of a slum area, they are not looking very energetic. And here is a literary device, far, far from. There is alliteration, because here the letter F is used 3 times, F, F and F. There is alliteration, far, far from gusty waves, these children faces. These children means the children sitting in the classroom of a slum area. They are not looking very energetic, their face looking very dull, and they are looking very lazy, weak and pale. Like, there is a use of simile. Another literary device, simile, because the face of children are compared with rootless weed. What is the meaning of weed? Weed means unwanted plant. It means these children are compared to unwanted plants because these children are unwanted part of the society according to poet, because they are deprived from the basic social life. So, like the word that depicts the device of simile, in which we compare 2 different objects at a particular similarity, like rootless wheat, the hair torn round. Their hair are unmanageable and they are looking like unwanted plant, deprived from society, deprived from all the basic resources. They must get it. Turned their pallor, they had untidy hair. The tall girl, here the poet is giving introduction one by one of the students sitting inside the classroom. The tall girl with her way down head. Way down, it means she was looking very thoughtful. She is lost. Not only thoughtful, but she is lost because it seems that she has a type of burden. She feels a type of burden over her head, that is why way down head. It means she is not creating any kind of curiosity whenever she is sitting inside the class. The paper seeming boy. Paper seeming, it means a very thin, a very weak boy. The second student of the class. First one, the poet introduced a girl, a tall girl. She is looking lost in her own thought. And paper seeming boy, a boy very weak, very thin. Rat's eyes. Here is metaphor. In this many devices. This poem is full of so many literary devices. Alliteration, simile, and here is metaphor. Why? Rat's eyes. Rat's eyes means the hungry eyes. The eyes of the children that represents hunger. They are starved, they are hungry, they are undernourished, they are every type of problem of society they are facing out there. That is why the children, the students sitting inside the class, they are not looking very attentive, they are not looking very active, and they are actually not joining and not connecting the teacher inside the class because they are unfit and unhealthy. And the devices, I am repeating again student. First one is alliteration, because the letter F and F used 3 times here. There is alliteration. Here, similarly, when we compare the face of the children to rootless weed, it means unwanted plant. Third one, that is the metaphor, because we compare the rat's eye. Rat's eye means the hungry eyes. The hunger is clearly seen in the eyes of the children sitting inside the class. Student, we will continue the poem in next video, line by line, and just revise it, and all you have to learn all the literary devices used in the poem. Thank you. Goodbye.